All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us for tonight's team call for some announcements for today, which is November 28th. Crazy. The end of the year is almost here. Jessica posted a really great video from one of the corporate people about the different packs that are coming out for 80-day obsession. I would highly suggest watching it. It's a lot of information, but it's going to be really smart for you to know all this stuff ahead of time. The packs are going to be able to be distributed on December 14th. So it's for coaches, it's for customers, and the packs are really meant to give us the full experience again from doing a program from start to finish. And with 80-day obsession, like, you guys really need to get everything, like getting the performance line, getting energized, getting recovered, because if you did a little bit obsessed, like, you're going to be sore, because 80-day obsession like really brings it up a completely different level. So make sure you watch what Jessica posted. For New Jersey girls, we're doing the dinner this Friday night, December 1st. If you're coming, please let me know. That way it's not just two of us and I'm driving, 2 hours up there. So I want to make sure that people are actually going. So let me know in the team page if you're going to be going to that. I put the stuff in the team page. Just look. We have the team retreat that's coming up January 13th. I know it's a little bit in advance, but we need to get all the stuff done with the restaurants and the bed and breakfast. You don't have to stay over. You can if you want to. You can stay over both nights or one night. You can just come for the day on Saturday. We're going to be starting off with brunch at 11:30. And then after that, we'll be going back to the bed and breakfast to be doing events and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you have that signed up. I'm ordering the t-shirts. So like, you guys just need to let me know what size you want. Everything, like I said, is posted in the team page. I'll post it again. But the deadline for the team retreat is going to be this upcoming Monday. So if you don't have your shirt size in, you're not getting a shirt. I'm sorry to be a pain, but that's just how stuff needs to just be done ahead of time. Other thing is Super Saturday is the week before that. So I believe it's January 6th. I'll be going to Philly. Make sure you guys get set up, because, obviously this is the health and fitness industry, and January is the big time when things start to happen. So make sure you're planning to be at that one and really get yourself and your teams and us all psyched up, ready to go for January, because like I said, that's always the fun part in this biz. And I think that's it for me. I'm going to let Lisa Humphrey take the wheel on this. You guys know her. I don't think I need to announce her. She's awesome, cool. We all love her. And she's going to give us some awesome info. So Lisa, all yours.
Dude, my notebook is like insane. If I show you guys this, you won't even be able to read anything in here. But okay. So basically, I know there's a lot of us older coaches on here. This is, if anybody is not sending out messages to new friends that they've added on here and forming relationships with people, that's what this is really this call is really going to be about. So some of us, people who have been coaches for a while, we're doing this on a daily basis. So this will just kind of show you how we do this and what we do. And then if anybody else has any tips on how you form relationships and send messages, then you can definitely talk. I'll be really quick, and let us know what your tips are at the end. So the first thing that you really need to know is that this is not a business that you are selling things. Like I tell everybody, I used to sell Party Light. So I used to go to these houses and, sell freaking wax. And like, I thought it was the greatest thing, because I really do put my whole heart and soul into everything. So I was like, taking care of everybody's candles when I went to people's houses, like I'm crazy. But I'm happy that now I can actually do something that is beneficial to people and actually changes their lives, because how good do you really want your living room to smell? I'd rather help people look better and be more confident. So this business is all about forming relationships with people. It is not about selling a shake to someone. Of course, we do need to do that, and we do like to help people by getting them what they need to see results, but that is not our main focus, because if you look at it that way, you're not going to be able to help them the way that you really can. So what you need to do is just think that this is a relationship business. So you need to be able to communicate with other people and form a relationship with them to get them to trust you so that you can then help them. So the first thing, you need to make sure that you're being a product of the product, that we're doing our vital behaviors, that you're listening to personal development or reading your personal development. I've been listening to all of mine lately, and I love it. Make sure that you are inviting people. And in order to be inviting people, you need to be adding friends on Facebook. So if you are not adding friends, that would be the first thing that you're going to have to start doing, because it's only going to get you so far using the people that you've grown up with, or the people that you've went to high school with, or, that you've known, that you've had in your warm market, is only going to get you so far. I know when I started this business, I was Success Club, crazy for 4 months. And then I was like, shit, I'm not adding enough people that I need to be doing. So make sure that you're doing that on a daily basis. And, once you're doing them, how many of you, just by a show of hands, once you add someone, how many of you are putting them into a list on Facebook? Okay, so a lot of us do. So is there anybody that doesn't know what that means, how to do that? Because I could show you. Okay, so, all right, so good. So Rachel, Katie, so if you go into Facebook, let me just show you really quick. Okay, I mess this up all the time. Let's see. All right, you can see this now, right? All right. So if you click on, go to your profile, click on friends, and then hit recently added. Okay, so these are the people that I just became friends with or just accepted me finally. So then what I would do, which I already did this morning, is go to these people, okay? And where it says friends right there, click add to another list. And then this is how I separate mine. Right now I have winter added friends. So I just do it by season. And then I have my summer added friends, but I added a lot in September, so I made them a separate one. However you decide that you want to do it. So then I'll add them to that group. Because in order to form your relationships, you're like, well, who are we forming these relationships with? So they're going to be the people that you're adding into those groups, right? You're going to forget the people that you're adding, because you should be adding at least 5 people a day, which is really 20 people a day, because you want 5 people to accept your friend request. So make sure that you're adding the people, so then you actually have people to message and form relationships with. Okay. Inviting, we all know that's a big one and a hard one for people to message people and invite them. Personally, I don't really invite people out of the blue. I make sure that I form a relationship with them first. And then after I've done that, then I'll invite them. So this is my list. This is how I keep track of it, which I told you this notebook is crazy. I write down the date. So this started, all these people have already been invited. This was the end of July. So it says the date, the person's name next to it, and then the date that I invited them is on there too. So I'll wait probably 2 weeks after I've been forming a relationship with them. That's the date that it started. Then I'll keep talking to them. And then 2 weeks later, or whenever I have something to invite them to, I'll invite them to something and then write it. And this list just goes on and on and on. It's this is just pages long. So it's people's names that I connected with that day, and then the date that I invited them next to it. And then I'll write notes so that I know who the people are, not interested at all. This girl does it works. This person's a photographer. Then I'm writing the kids' names that they have, because I'll look at their profile, and then decide what you're going to message them about, right? So these are all the newly added friends that I have in my list. So those were from my summer list. Then my September added friends list is on here. And it just keeps going up and all the way up until today. So, okay, I know this sounds like a lot right now. But if you keep your lists and you keep them organized, it makes it really easy, because what you can do is then, for those of you that don't do it yet, okay, so you can go to your lists. So friends list right here. And then here's my winter added friends. And what will come up now is just the people that you've added, their newsfeed. So you don't see anybody else's things except for those people that you've just added, okay? And then you can decide like who, okay, so this girl, like I would connect with her. Like that's obviously she's either a mom or a teacher or something. So this is what you'll do to form a relationship with someone, right? You will click on her name and then, you know, check out her profile. I'll read this real quick. Oh, love my little girl. So obviously she has kids. So then I would message her and say, hey girl, love the little book, and spell it correctly, that your daughter made. So, so sweet. One lucky mama you are. So something as simple like that. Then I'd write her down on my list for that I formed a relationship with her. And then if she doesn't respond, if I try to form a relationship with her like twice, then I'll cross her off of my list. And probably go back to it. I put a little X on it because then you could always go back to those people. So how do I stop share here? Okay. So I have actually a few photos on here that I took screenshots of too that I'll show you in a minute. But okay, so you make a friends list, add your friends, and then like I said, you could go right down into that little list that shows you only those people that you've added, click on their names, and to send them a message, I'll go to their profile first like I just did, look for something that I can message them about. And sometimes you'll get somebody that you're like, oh, I really want to send her a message. And then you're like, I'm like scrolling on her page. I don't know if anybody else does that for like 3 minutes, like trying to find something to message her. Cause I'm like, I really want to message this girl, but there's nothing there. So then you just move right on to the next person. So make your list. And then also another different people for you to reach out to is anybody that likes your post. So just tonight, I messaged someone who liked my post. And those are like people that are already interested in what you're doing. So you'll definitely want to message them and say like, hey, like, thanks for liking my post. Just share this. Okay, so here's what it looks like if you're messaging a liker. I don't know if that is big enough for you guys or not, but hey girl, thanks for the love on my photo. This Thanksgiving hangover is terrible. It's just me being me. Like, so you're just being yourself. And this is just how I would talk normally. Like, I'm so corny reading it myself. Like, finally starting to feel like myself, leftovers of the devil. How was your Thanksgiving? So like always end it in a question. So you'll always want to end in a question with someone so that they have something to answer you back about. So like you see, like in all these things, I'm not saying to them like, hey girl, do you want to exercise with me? Like, do you want to come and drink shake with me? Not yet. I will get into that and I will eventually invite them, like I said, but to start, you just need to get them to trust you and like you and be friends with you. So if somebody's just coming to you and saying like, hey, I want to, hey, do you want to join my group? Whatever. It's just kind of like if I don't know you, not really, I really don't want to join you. So just try to form those. Here's another way to do it. Where's this one? how old's your little man? Can't believe he's sitting up on his own in the bath. So cool. Mine will be 7 months and 2 weeks, is nowhere near it. Like, people love when you tell them like their kid is smart. Like, they're just will love that, and they'll love you for that. So then I'm still going with that girl. Here's another way to form a relationship. Cute pics, love your dress. Where'd you get the dress? Blah, blah, blah. Forever 21. Then I'm like, oh, do they have maternity now? I didn't know that. Just anything that you could think of. Just think of it off the top of your head and go with it. Here's another. Okay, so here's a girl that I had to follow up with. I've been following up with her for a long time. And then I'm like letting her know when the new group starts. That was in September. I didn't hear anything back. That was like the third one. And now I'm talking to her right now. She just messaged me. How are things? Then she's talking to me about her Santa picture. But in the summertime, she was interested in not only joining my groups, but maybe coaching too. So I'm like, I'm not going to let her go. So sometimes you have to just bring it back to, if they're not answering about that, bring it back to like regular life again. And then now I'm going to invite her to my clean week that I have coming up. So yeah, talk to them first, form a relationship with the person first, and then you can get into details. One of the girls, I just said, hey, have you ever thought about coaching? I should have screenshotted her. I think that you'd be really great at it, because after you're talking to them, you can get a feel if you really do. I'm not going to say that's somebody I don't think would be good at it, but if you're really forming a relationship the way that you should be, then you would know if somebody would make a good coach or not. And she said, no way, but that's somebody to follow up with again. And at least you're asking people and getting it out there. Like Rose said, she asked me and I was like, oh, no way. But then I always thought about it. So don't be afraid to ask people and, just put it out there, because even if they say no, they could still be thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. Let me see. Relationships. Oh yeah. And then make the relationships that you're forming genuine too. You don't want to just be like, I don't know how to explain it, but you don't want to just say like, hey, nice shirt, like whatever. I don't know. Just make it sound like you're like really interested in them. One mom, had, I don't know, her son was like special needs, and I taught inclusion for 7 years. So I messaged her and I was like, this whole thing. And she was like, thank you so much for messaging me, and she's another person that's on my list here. So I have to say though, that I've been like trying to figure out the whole logistics of it and seeing if my thing has been working, because at first, and like, I guess it was the beginning of September, I was like, oh, this sucks. This is not working. I've been doing this for 2 months now. I'm forming all these relationships for what? Like, sometimes it's not going to happen at first. And if you're forming these relationships, it's not going to waste. So don't think that, because of course, anytime that something like that happens, we want to throw the towel in and give up. But now, like, I would say like 90% of my business is going to all of these people, because they are reaching out to me now, like months later, and it's not happening right away. But now that it's like 4 months later, and they're saying like, oh, hey, like, yeah, I'm interested in this group. Like, I just had somebody message me today about coaching that I talked to in August. So you don't know what's going to happen with it, but they, like I said, they'll keep that in the back of their mind. So form these relationships with them so that when they think that coaching is something that they want to do, or getting healthy is something that they want to do, you're going to be the person that they reach out to. Anybody else?
I just need to say that literally my mind is blown with this friends list thing. I'm like, how in the world did I not have any idea about this? Create a list. And I wanted, I had no clue.
That is so funny.
I swear. So I'm going to start that tonight. And I wondered, when you create an event, can you invite by friend list then?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It is so much easier.
Like, awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Rachel, did somebody answer already? Do you add people you know, or do you also add people you don't know? No, yeah, most of the people now are people that I don't know. So ways that you can find people to be friends with is, if you're in a group together, like I'm in an April Moms, April Babies group. So I added a lot of people from there. I just joined another group yesterday because I want to make like those decals, like whatever, and get one of those machines. So I joined that group and already, requested a couple of people from there. So it depends on where you want to find, what you're into. If you like running, go try to join a running group. If you like DIY projects, join a DIY group. And then you can see who you'll connect with in that group. Click on their profile. Like before I add someone now, I used to just click anybody, but now I'm starting to delete those people, people that aren't really someone I'd want to work with. Or wouldn't be somebody I'd want to be on my team or help. I know it sounds terrible, but there's some people that are just, if they're 80, sorry. So check out their profile and see what it is that you like about them, add them, and then, I would say like a week or two later, it depends on what you as a coach want to do. Some people like to message them right away. Thanks for the ad, whatever. And I like to wait a little bit, but it's up to you. But absolutely add people that you don't know. And how do you get to the list of people on Facebook just to see the news feed? So you just go to your, I think it's in the side. If you go to, oh, here it is. Damn, I gotta move all this around. Like, I'm not good at this. Oh my goodness. I don't even know my password. You'll get in here. Okay, so just to see the list feed, go to your name. Don't go to your name. Go to right here. So just in your news feed, friends list, winter, and then that's how you see just their feed. And then always to find out, because this is like, I guess within like the last year they added where you could click friends and then go to recent. Like this is all new. Another thing that I do every single day, which was on here too, is send a birthday message. Just click birthdays, find out who has a birthday today, click on their name, and then send them a message. So let's see if I sent this girl one today. No. Jeez, I'm slacking today. Okay, so normally you would message the people on their birthday, and if nothing, it gets you to see who's your friend. Like, that's what I said. I said to Rose one day over the summer, I'm like, if you're birthday messaging these people, you're at least getting to everybody on your friends list throughout the year and like seeing who these people are. And the people that respond to you are the people that you can form a relationship with, because not everybody responds. I would say for the birthday messages, are 50% respond. And then the other 50 don't, but screw them and I'll work with the people who do. So it makes it really good. And never just say like, hey girl, happy birthday, enjoy your day. Always end it in a question so that they have something to respond to, like I said. So I'll be like, hey girl, happy birthday. I'll look at their profile first and I'll be like, oh, any good plans with the family today, or doing any special with the kids or hubby or fiance or whatever it is, so that they have the opportunity to answer you back. Oh my gosh, my pictures, that's so funny. Wait, I gotta show you real quick, guys. It's so funny. Because I work out in my basement. So this is my fancy light. That's all, it freaking broke. So the top thing broke off of it. So what I do is I have this thing holds my phone, right? This little clip. And I take this light and put it behind the clip, and then I put my phone in the clip, and then it comes out really good, because my lights down here suck, the ones that are up here, like, because they're so bright and fluorescent. But I'm telling you, put a light behind the clip and it works wonders. And the blur, I just use it in an app. I use like 5 apps in one picture. That's what takes me so long, Leia. That's why I was making my post for like an hour this morning, because I'm crazy. But if you go to Pic Collage, you can blur. It takes like a minute though, but you can hit freestyle because it doesn't fit into the thing, and then click photos. And then once you have your photo in Pic Collage ready to go, you could click on it, effects, and then blur. And then you can just go, you have to like do it yourself, so be careful that you don't mess anything up. And then apply it, save the picture, crop it, fit it into Instagram, whatever. You guys are so nice.
Is this what you do every morning?
Every morning. It's not, you get used to it, it doesn't, but, and just guys, if you want, join our power hours in the morning. We get a lot done.
Yeah.
I've been doing them nonstop since, I haven't missed a day since I had the baby. Seriously. I actually just missed Monday, but, that Thanksgiving hangover, guys, it was real. And I don't even mean alcohol. I just mean food and family and fun and everything. A little bit of alcohol.
Ashley, I just wanted to answer though. You said that you do this every day. Do you mean do you add friends every day and do the forming? Is that what your question was?
The power hours I was more referring to. Is this what you guys do in your power hours every morning? Is invite and talk and
yes. So a power hour is basically like specific business activities that we're doing throughout the hour to make sure that it's all we hit everything. So we'll spend 5 minutes on adding new friends. We'll spend 5 minutes on forming relationships like we just went through with Lisa. We'll spend 5 minutes on sending messages to people to start a conversation. Then we'll spend time on inviting. We'll spend time on follow-ups depending on the days of the week. We'll spend time in our inbox, or we'll spend time on, working on a post. So those are the things that, every single day, if they're done consistently and consecutively, time and time again, compound and create, a flow in momentum in your business. And that's the consistency that will build over time. For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Either 5:30 or 6.
Yeah, this week we're doing 6 a.m. Next week we'll probably go back to 5:30. My schedule is all off too with Thanksgiving, so 6 a.m. this week.
Oh, and here's another little tip, guys. When I did Party Light, my Party Light coach, whatever they call it, I'll never forget. This was a good thing though that I got from her. She's like, people are so worried about, the holidays and Christmas, that they can't work their business and they can't do this because it's Christmas. She's like, Christmas is one freaking day. One day, yes, there's parties and there's things, but you have to think about it. If you're saying you're too busy to work your business, or you're too busy to, add your friends, form relationships, it's one day. You don't use that excuse for the entire month, because it's only one day. So I always just try to keep that in my mind. Anybody have any other questions or anything?
I was talking to Courtney before we hopped on this call, because I think that's the hardest thing, right? Is to message people and those are things we avoid before everything else. And me and my Success Club partner, she was watching Jatana Jackson, I think, on her IG stories, and every morning she gets on, I guess, Zoom with her success partner, and she has like a notebook, and she does like numbers at like 1 through 24. And my success partner reached out to Japan and was like, all right, like, what do you do in your notebook that you write like 1 to 24 or whatever? So she does 26 new combos. They do 12 thanks for following, and then like 14 connects. You could do whatever number you want, but I thought it was like such a great way to keep accountable if you can't do a power hour or whatever. Like, get on a Zoom with somebody. Doesn't have it to be a success partner. Like, get on a Zoom with one of us and like do these things. Like, have new conversations. Send out like happy birthday messages. Like, connect with people, whether it's, you know, new friends on Facebook or you're following new people on Instagram. Like, that is like the only way you're going to grow this business, because like Lisa was saying before, you can have a good start to this, but unless you're going to be willing to get outside your comfort zone and really expand your network, you're going to be dead in the water really quick. And I don't mean to, you know, say that bluntly, but I'm just going to say it bluntly. Like, you have to be willing to grow your network, or else, you know, you're going to be talking to the same people over and over again, and you're going to say, why isn't this working? Well, because you need to have more numbers to pull from. It's all about the percentage of people that you're reaching out to, the percentage of new people that you're bringing in, because they're going to come through a funnel, right? Like, you're going to have some people that stay at the top and they're never going to message you back. You'll have some people that maybe respond to your messages, but that will get stuck somewhere in the middle here. By the time you get down to the bottom and people actually say yes, it's going to be 1 out of 10 people, but you have to have enough people off the top to kind of make it all the way through your funnel. So that's what I'll just say for tonight. Anyone else?
Lisa, you made this so much easier for me. Tell me about the list. Oh my gosh. I've been doing the power hour this whole month, like with all these lists, which is great. But now that I can keep it organized, it's so much easier. Thank you for telling us that.
No problem. And also make sure that you guys delete, like, if people don't respond to your friend request within like a day or two, because they're definitely seeing it when they hop on Facebook every 5 seconds. Make sure you're deleting the people that don't, because if not, you'll end up not being able to add any more friends, which happened to me. And then I have to individually go and erase like those 1,000 people. And it took me a long time. So make sure that you're also doing that, deleting the people that aren't accepting you.
Awesome.
And there's also an app called IG Cleaner, or Cleaner for IG. So it cleans out the people. So say like you send out, like you follow somebody and then they're not following you back. Like, doesn't, like, you don't want to follow them if they're not following you. Like, that's pointless, but it's hard to like go through all those people. So with this thing, it will like let you know who's following you, who's not. And then you could just unfollow them right away. So it makes it just really simple. Kind of like the whole, I don't think Instagram they don't hold it against you like Facebook does, but if you have like friend requests going out, but that way, like, you're actually following people that you can really start to have a relationship with.
And what's it called? IG Cleaner?
IG Cleaner.
I definitely need that.
Yeah, Danielle and Tony does not follow me.
Did you say that was just for Instagram, or is it Facebook too?
That is just for Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
JLo doesn't follow me. Should I stop following her?
Yes. All right, everyone, get your photos on so I can do an IG story really quick, unless we have any more questions. All right, everyone, say hey.
Wait, I gotta do one too.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm obsessed with Instagram.
Me too.
Okay, one more time. Thanks.
All right, ladies, thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you same time next week. For Jessica, you're taking on next week. Woo! See ya.
We'll need some materials, though. I'll post it.
All right. Thanks,
It'll be
Lisa.
in the arts and crafts section of that call.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.